Hi there, welcome to a Craftyhallett video. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little bag which holds 4x4 note cards, and there's two 4x4 note cards and a matching envelope. But first off, you're going to want to find out how to make this bag, and it's quite strong for the cards to go in. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of designer scrapbook paper that is 3.5 inches by 12 inches. And on the side that you want to be the inside, so I want this to be the inside, you're going to take a piece of sticky strip and run it as close as you can get to the bottom edge. And then you need another piece of sticky strip on the far right hand edge, so that goes here. To one side. You then need a piece of cardboard which is going to be the same colour scheme. So on this one it was red, but on this one I'm using Pacific Point. That's 2.5 inches by 5.25 inches. Don't worry about these measurements, I'm going to be putting them all on the blog. That's www.craftyhallett.co.uk. And you're just going to score using the small end. You're going to score at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. So 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. Put your scoreboard away because you won't need it for a minute. And then you're going to take your bone folder and just fold up along these score lines so that you get a nice tight fit. And then using your sticky strip again, you just want to put a little piece on the corners, up as far as the score line. And again. And we're going to do something different with this box. We're actually going to put the notches on the outside of the box, not on the inside. Because it's going to look, I'll show you what I mean. You're going to snip here and here. Turn it round and snip here and here, and that's so that you can make your tabs. Now normally when you're making a box you would fold these in and put them on the inside, but the inside of this box is in fact the inside of the bag, and so you don't want that to be seen. So we're going to be putting these tabs on the outside, and they will get covered up, so do not worry. So now comes the fun bit. I've got to pick up these strips. I love the fact that this always sticks to me. So these are now going on the outside of the box. This bag, I've been making this bag for years. I call it a bag in a box because you make a box and then you wrap a bag around it. It's dead easy, and you can resize it to any size you like, so you can have long and thin or tall and fat, short, as you like. It's dead fun. Once you've got the idea, you'll be able to make lots of them. There we go. So there's your starting box. And this is where the fun starts, because you've got to be quite precise when you put this on. Because when it's done with sticky strip... Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Don't take this off yet. Ha ha ha. Here we go. On the right side of your bag, you're going to put some strips of cardboard, which are these strips here. You can see at the back and there. So, I have 2 strips which are 1/2 inch wide, and on them I've done some stamping that looks a bit like stitching, because it's a bit from a handbag, and I've taken these from the garden stamp set. And there's a little sort of running stitch which is meant to be a flower stem, but I thought it looked quite fun like stitching, so I've used that, and I've stamped that in Pacific Point all the way along. And I'm going to stick a strip to the top and to the bottom. And this forms the base of your bag. And also covers up a multitude of sins. But you kind of need those done and ready to go. So, for the moment, I'm just going to peel off a strip. and stick that to the top. There we go. One strip stuck to the top. Now we can peel this bottom piece off. Can you hear the cat in the background? Guaranteed, as soon as I start a video, he decides he wants to come and play. So we're going to just ignore him. Oh, he's now mewing. Just ignore him. Okay, so you take your box, and about halfway along, you want to start, not with the end where you've got that side, because you want that piece last. We're going to start about halfway here. Just place it down and then roll it along and place the next bit down and then fold across and place the next piece down. You're basically covering the bottom of the box with the designer scrapbook paper, smoothing as you go. Don't push it, don't fold it, because you want it to hold its bag shape. And this is where I've got that sticky strip all the way along, and that's going to be my last piece that comes along, folds round the bag, and then holds my two pieces together. So there you go, one finished bag on that side. And now you can use this strip to cover up the bottom, and this is good for if you didn't actually get it exactly on the box. You will be able to cover up your multitude of sins with this, and it also strengthens it and makes it look more like a handbag, because they have strips on them, don't they? So let's just see if we can get this strip off. No. Okay, so a little tip for you, if you're having problems getting your sticky strip off, use a pokey tool and just pick at the liner with a pokey tool, and it should just come off. There we go. Then you want to start at the back where your back piece was and start layering this piece on. This helps to strengthen the bag, but as I said, also covers up anywhere where you didn't get it exactly straight. Okay, so that's my base of the handbag finished. Now you want to know about the handles. The handles are 3/8 of an inch wide and 6 inches long, and there are 2 of them. I find it helps if you give them just a little bit of a curve before you start. And to attach these, I am going to be using these little mini brads. You get 200 of them in a pot, they're quite good. And a foam pad and a pokey tool. And you're going to make sure you've lined it up on the bottom there. Poke a hole through. You can hold a foam mat underneath if you don't trust yourself, you don't want it to go through your finger. Poke a hole through, put one of the tiny little brads in, and then close the back, and that's the first piece of your handle sealed. Then I'm going to do the same over here. Again, make sure you've got it in the right place, because you're going to be going through both layers. Poke your hole through, put your brad on, and don't worry about the back because we're going to be covering that up in a minute. So that's one handle in place, and we're going to do the same on the other side. If you wanted to, you could also stamp little holes, little stamps, you know, stitching stamps onto the handles, or you can use a marker pen and draw them on to look like stitching, or you can just leave them blank as I have. Poke a hole through, poke your tiny brad in. Last one, make sure you've got the curve on your handle right, because you don't want it curving the wrong way. And again, hold it, poke the hole through, preferably not into your finger, and put the teeny tiny brad in. There we go, so there's the handles on, and now we are going to want to cover up where those pins went and just tidy up the inside. So I've got another 3 1/2 inch piece. I'm just going to run a piece of sticky strip all the way along, strengthen the bag at the top, finish off the edge, and also cover up where you put the handles on. So peel the strip off, start on the inside at the back, and just run it round the top edge. Now don't fold it, remember you're curving as you go. The little handles will want to poke up and say hello, but don't let them. And this is your chance to cover up that edge. Oops. Of course you do get a little bit stuck yourself. You can use glue as well if you want to, it's just I'm using sticky strip because it's stronger and quicker for the video. So there you go. There are all our edges on the inside and the edges of our little brad sealed up, and the handles are in firmer, and that's the finished bag. Now to show you how to make the cards that I put inside it, you have a set of cards. I am going to be using the Petal Potpourri stamp set. I'm going to be using the solid stamp and the little circle stamp here. They both have matching punches. The matching punch for this one is the 7/8 stamp punch, and then this is the matching punch for this one. So we just need now to get the bits for our cards. So I've used two pieces of the scrapbook paper. I'm going to show you one card, so this I'm giving you instructions for two, but here's one. I'm going to use a piece of 1 inch by 4 inch, and then this piece of white card is 2.5 by 4. Your card base is 8 by 4. And you're just going to fold it in half to make your card. Use your bone folder just to make the crease. Folded your card blank in half and you have a 4 by 4 card. You're going to take your strip of Whisper White, which was 2.5 by 4, and using black stays on, stamp your sentiment in the bottom right hand corner, which I have done. Now I've used the sentiments from the Painted Petals stamp set. Friends Become Our Chosen Family, you're amazingly amazing, and thank you. Just because I like those ones. You never have enough thank you cards, can you? So the next piece is to stick the strips on. And I'm going to be starting with a strip at this side, which I'm just going to stick down. And then my panel with my sentiment, I'm going to stick down on top, just to cover up that edge. Don't worry too much about lining up exactly, because you can always just trim these edges off just slightly on the guillotine, which is what I will be doing with that one later. And then I'm going to take 2 flowers. Oops. 1. That's not come out too well. If that happens, it's because you've not got enough ink on your stamp when you started. So just flip it over, start again, and make sure you get a nice crisp image. This Pacific Point is obviously crying out a bit for a bit of re-inking. There we go, that's better, isn't it? So those 2, and then the 2 centres. The centre is simply punched out, as I said, with the 7/8 scallop. Just line it up. Now for cutting out these flowers, you may find that it won't fit exactly in the punch. Let me show you, because you get a corner in the way. Yeah, can you see that I want to be able to rotate that to get it in the right place? So my sneaky little trick was to chop off the corner, and for some reason it then wants to work. I don't know why. It's because it hasn't then got the corner point to get caught on. So that looks pretty much... Why do we always hold our breath when we do this? I don't know. Pretty much there. Punch that one out. Then I need this one done. And again, it won't go in properly, so just trim that corner off. And then you'll be able to rotate it as you need it to get it to the right spot. Punch that out. And then I just need one more for my middle centre, which I'm going to punch out. colours. I'm just going to stick down flat with its little centrepiece stuck flat. And then the other one, I am going to put a foam pad or two on. These are these Stampin Dimensionals that just add a little bit of layering texture. I'm just going to pop that one about there. I'm going to use another foam pad in the middle just to raise this whole bit up. Now you can use diamonds, or I'm going to be using Jules Basic Pearls just in the middle. And that is your card complete. If you want to, you can then mirror this on the front of your bag. So this image that I've done here, if you look here, has come on the front of the bag as well. And to do that, I'm simply going to use the sophisticated serif stamp set. And here's the little H that I've already done, H for Hallett. Gonna stamp that. And then I'm going to use the 1-inch circle punch because that fits really nicely in the middle. Punch that out. And using a foam dot, pop it in the middle of a punched out card, and that then goes on the front of my bag as a little bit of decoration, and there's your card finished. Thanks for watching.